Hey, it's James from Finney Electrical. On today's video, we're installing a speaker system in a church. Right then, so we've just arrived on the job. So Hayden's been here this morning just installing the trunking system. So there's like a trunking system going in where the cables are going to fit in and the speakers are going to kind of hang underneath them. So let's see how he's got on. So there he is, the main man. How are you doing, lad? Just finished, have you? So right then, so it looks like he's got his trunking in. He's drilled his holes through, because I think there's a void behind here we can get the cables in. So he's got his trunking all the way around. And all the way around to there. Top lad. Right then, so we'll take you through the job. So yeah, what we have to do is get an amplifier into here. So you're looking there, there'll be a little shelf going in there with an amp sat on there. So the cables will go from there, run through the void into that trunking, and there's two speakers on this side. There's going to be a TV put here with a speaker above there. And then, let's have a look. And just into this hall here, there's going to be 4 speakers in here. So for each section, we've got 1, 2, 3 and 4. So it's dead easy to wire, so it's just LSF, Cat5. So we're going to run it from that cupboard along the trunking that Hayden's just put in, and then through to over here. So there'll be a Cat5 to each one of these, like I said, for your source select. And this input, if you look on the back of this, it's just a RJ45 connection. So you bang that in there, and on the other end, you just bang it into the amp. So it's dead easy. And then same again. So 2 Cat5s again through, to come through the kitchen area and then up through the trunking and down the wall to where we sit. Right then, so these are the speakers we're installing. So it's the part speakers. They're just really good. Nice and heavy duty. So here we go, it comes with a few brackets, a few covers, and the speakers itself. So it's dead easy to install. You basically just wire kind of your pos and neg into there, and then clip your speaker in. So they're dead easy to work with. Let's have a look at the speaker itself then. Oh, it's a nice hefty units. I've fitted these on another job and they've been brilliant. There we go, so you literally just wire in like we showed you, and then this just clips into the unit and just kind of selects what voltage you want to what voltage you want to run on. Look at the back there. There we go, little selector there to see which setting we want to have it on. So yeah, so there's the speakers, and then we've just got the amp over here. Alright, so here's the actual amp here. Just pull that bit of foam off, Matt. There we go. So it's the cloud amplifier. Nice little unit. So you've got 2 zones, plug in a mic, and there's some nice options on the back where you can kind of have remote switching of the source, and you can plug in like a speaker else. You can plug in a line elsewhere and work it all remote. So there we go. Right then, so we've got 2 outputs for your 2 zones, and then we've got 4 inputs. So what we're going to end up doing is using line 3 and line 4 and kind of extending those down to little plates on the wall. So we'll just show you them. So it's just let's have a look. So the base you want to be able to plug in like the phone or whatever, like a mini jack. So you basically just wire into that and then plug into your phone. So this will sit on the wall here, and then you've got a little remote selector. So you can wire that back to that unit and select which source you want. So source 1 to 6, and then you've got your music level there. So you can actually pick what kind of volume you want as well. So there we go, nice, neat and sweet. So we've got them 2 going there, and then we've got another 2 of that kind of setup just around the corner here. So I'll just show you that. So this is the second zone in here. So there'll basically be another 2, same setup here and here. So it should look nice, neat and sweet. So that's the kind of source select and the input, like a remote input sorted. So the speakers then, so the speakers are just going to wire in a 2-core cable. So again, it's LSF, so we're just going to wire from here all the way around to pick up these speakers. So they'll be on the same zone, and then we'll get a wire from here all the way around to the main hall and pick up those 4 speakers, and that'll be on zone 2. Right then, so I'm just going to carry on getting the cable routes in, and then we'll get all the cabling done afterwards. So, the cable running here, if you look behind my head, it'll pop through where the kitchen is. It's quite a high ceiling, it'll pop through right in the crack there. I'm going to run the trunking along and try and bust through these pillars. So we've got a few pillars to bust through. So what we've done is just put like a rod in. You'll see like a little fiberglass rod there. So we're just going to use that as like a little draw wire. So when we get the cables through, we can kind of just tie on and pull through the wall. Right then, so let's crack on with this. Right then, that's the trunking up. That's looking brilliant. So we've got we've got some tiny little pieces to put in. But that's it for the majority. We've got our rods through as well, if you can see them there, little orange thing. And we've got it right to the end, even though the speaker's going to go up middle here. We'll just bring it right to the end so it'll look right. Lovely. Right then, so we've got a few little pieces to pop in, so we'll do that. And then I think we'll go for a bit of munch. Right then, so we've got all those little pieces on, so this trunk is in. So what we're doing now is just drilling through to above the kitchen section. We've got a big drill bit in, and we've just drilled all the way through, if you can see that. So we'll show you kind of the run. Right then, so we are above the ceiling void, above the kitchen. So here, just putting the ladders there. As you can see, we've got a little rod through then. So that's the other side of that drill bit basically. So we'll run along, we'll have to drill a hole in the ceiling there, and then run it across. There we go, that's actually a rod through. So what we're going to do is cut a hole there, bit of trunking, like we've got a bit of trunking here, and then we're going to drill from the other side through to this side. So there we go, so we're going to come down there, and then we're going to drill from this trunking here through with a big long drill bit and pop out. So that's the route, so obviously it'll come into this trunking and then follow it all the way around to the amp, which will be in that cupboard. Right then, so just going to send a big drill bit through now then. So we've got Big Bertha out. No, that's not Big Bertha, that's just Big Scott. Yeah. So we're going to send him through. Right, we've drilled through now, so that's just popped out there, nice and neat and sweet. So what we'll do is get a piece of trunking from here to the top, and then we can get all the cables through, tapped onto that rod, and then we can kind of wire through then onto his speakers, nice and easy. Right then, here's his Cat 5 cable we're using. So to set this up, you just kind of flap it open. You want to look for the middle, there it is. Put that through there, pops out of there, and then as you kind of pull the Cat 5 through, it just nicely unravels itself. There we go. Get that back together. So we've got two of these runs, so we've got to basically get it through that hole, through the kitchen, and through that hole up there, and then it'll pop out in the hall. So we're going to go all the way to the end and then down where that little selector's going, so we need two to there. And that's going to be long enough to reach all the way around and to the amp in there. Alright then, so just going to carry on these runs, so getting the cables all the way to the end, so let's get cracking on. Alright then, so it's time to mount these little brackets. So what we're going to do is just hold this up just underneath the trunking up there. Obviously we're going to mark for the middle of this section here, so pull it middle at window, we'll go for something like that. So we'll mark it up, there's like a little up arrow, so we'll get that probably about 2 fingers downwards off the trunking, and then we can actually get these fixed, and then we'll get it all wired up then. So we'll pull it, just come out of the trunking, it'll kind of like loop in up to the bottom terminals there. So loop in to the left and loop in to the right. So let's get this done. So we'll get all these fixed now along there, and then we'll go on to the next little bit. There we go, so that's the bracket up. They're looking really good. So they're ready to get wired up now. So they're just the bases for the speakers to fit on. I'll kind of show you what's going on with these. There we go. Right then, you can see this. There are your connectors for your kind of pos and neg to go in. So you kind of just lift it up like that. And get your cable in the back there, nice and easy. So this cable will kind of swoop in straight up here and then into the trunk in here. So nice and easy. So this is the kind of setup we've got. So I'll have one coming out of one into the bottom and then one coming out of the lovely. Right, we can actually get this wired up now. So we're going to use that rod, if you can see that, just to kind of fish through these posts. So here we go. Right then, so we're just starting to wire this in now. So we've got these little metal clips to keep the cables in. So we've got a few of those to put in along here, and as you can see, we're just wiring up for the actual speakers itself. So we've got the first leg in from the board. That goes up that chunky, up into the ceiling, and into that first one. So we're going to have to pass all this cable in through them Cat 5s along there to drop down here, and then just wire up as we go along. Here we go. So we've got a bit of munch now in this little youth chapel with the world's largest sofa. There we go. Look at this for a sandwich. Look at that. This is the Texas melt. So you got nice crusty little top. It's got some Cajun mayo, some bacon, jalapenos, Cajun chicken mayo. Oh, it's awesome. Oh yeah. That's so good. Right then, let's get back into this. Right, so we've got those cables down. So we're slowly kind of working his way around. We've got those extra 2 cables to the selector down here and the little input for this. So 2 Cat 5s we kind of just brought in down there, brought down this cavity and into here. It's nice, neat and sweet. But the cavity is kind of it's got plasterboard, it's got like a wooden clad. So there's no way for your wings to pop out on your box. So you can either kind of chop this out, spend an air just chopping this out, or you can actually take the wings off like this. I'll show you how we kind of do it. Bob that in there. So you can literally just do that and get a screw through into the wood. And there, and that's about it. It's a nice little trick of how to do it. You send a little screw in like that, and they're not going anywhere. And you've got 2 lugs then to actually fix your little unit back. Right then, that's those speakers up now, so they're looking brilliant. Just got one speaker there, one speaker there. We've got another one there, there's going to be a TV on here. Got a speaker there, let's have a look. And then we brought his cables through up here, and we've just kind of tacked them around, left a loop up there just in case I want to move the amp. And then that's all ready to go in. We've also mounted this amp, so they were going to get a shelf, but they didn't have one for us, so well, they didn't get one. What we've had to do is just get a bit of 4x2. So screwed that way, and then kind of just use the little cabinet mounts, just screw into the top of the thing. But that's solid, that. So they're all ready to get wired in. So they just wire into the back of here using these little clips. So they just pop out like that. You wire into it and then just kind of plug it back in, nice and easy. So that's that. What else we've done? And then in the hall, we've just wired up the selector and the input. So on here we just wired up this so you can actually select the volume and select which channel you want to work on for the input. And then these are nice little units, so it runs over Cat 5. This. So it's basically just terminate a Cat 5 end, and then just get that in there. That was clips in like that. Nice and easy, and you can plug in there your phone or whatever, select it on here and turn your music up. Nice and easy. So this is wired up now, the amp, so we'll kind of show you what we've done. So cable's coming down here, just gets plugged in there, and then here's your speakers then. So these go out to your 2 zones, so you've got one for your hall, one for your lobby, and it's just basically just neg there and pos over there. So neg goes into common, pos into your ohmage. So it's not ohmage on this, it's just 100-volt line. So you have to set your little dip switches. So on this, we'll just set it to the 100-volt rather than the actual So that's that. What else we got? And then we've got the remotes. So on the remote itself, it's just wired up 1, 2, 3. And then this end you just wire up 1, 2, 3. So that's them two plugged in. Then what we have to do is just poke a little, there's like a dip switch there. So if you leave it in, then that's on the remote. So it just means that you can kind of go over there, plug in whatever, and make it work. So that's that. What else we got? And then we've got the, well, these are the inputs on the wall. So this is where you kind of can plug in your phone or a laptop or whatever. So that's for line 3 and 4. So over there, we got that, the red and white inputs, that's what that is. You can kind of turn the gain up on that if your gain's a bit low. And that's about it really. So that's all wired up. So with, as mentioned, so with those kind of bobbed in, it just basically disables these in the front of here. It just means that it's kind of controlled out there. Right then, so we'll get on a bit of music. Just plugged in a laptop here, so see how we do. Here we go. That'll do. Not bad at all. So again, we can turn it down, turn it all the way back up. So that's that working nicely in here. So because the room's quite echoey, you get like a bit of reverb as well. So if you listen as I talk, you get like a tail end of a reverb. So all your music just gets a bit of reverb added on. So, you know what I mean? You can have it on a little bit of volume, it just sounds a lot bigger in here. But yeah, that's those all wired up and working. So we're just going to test the lobby now. Alright, let's get the laptop set up. Let's just select the right one. Here we go. That's those working. So we've got 2 there. Another one here. There we go. There we go, that's both rooms now. Selected on that input. There we go, that's it all working. Got a TV on wall as well, that'll do. Right then, that's us done down here. So as you can see, we've installed 3 speakers in here, 4 speakers in there, and got an awesome sound system for this building. So if you like this kind of content, hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the little bell notification so you know next we upload. As always, have a good one from me, and I'll see you on the next one.